Do you ever feel like you're carrying a heavy load? Not just on your shoulders, but deep down inside, it's a weight that accumulates over a lifetime. Not just in our attics and garages, but in our minds, our calendars, and even our hearts. We spend decades gathering, collecting, building, and often clinging. We accumulate possessions, yes, but also obligations, old ideas, and even past hurts. And then, one day, you might look around and realize that what was once comforting and familiar has become a burden, a tangled web that makes it harder to move forward, harder to breathe freely. It's a painful reality. Isn't it the feeling of being tethered to too much, when all you truly crave is lightness and liberty in this beautiful stage of life? But what if I told you there's a secret to shedding that weight? A way to create space for more joy, more peace, and more of the vibrant life you truly deserve as you approach, or are already enjoying, your 70s and beyond. It's not about throwing everything away. It's about discerning what truly serves you and letting go of what doesn't. It's about consciously choosing freedom. In this video, we're going to look at 6 specific things, some tangible, some surprisingly subtle, that many people hold on to without realizing the true cost. These are things you can gently, thoughtfully, declutter from your life before you turn 70, helping you live lighter and feel wonderfully free. I truly believe that by the end of our time together, something I share will truly surprise you. Something that can transform your outlook entirely. So, let's begin this journey toward a lighter, freer existence by looking at the very first thing that often weighs us down without us even realizing the true extent of its burden. And that's the sheer volume of our physical possessions. Think about it for a moment, all the things we've accumulated over the years. From the attic filled with boxes of forgotten treasures to the overflowing wardrobes, the kitchen cupboards crammed with gadgets, and shelves bowed under the weight of books we've long since read or may never read. It's not just the dust they collect, it's the mental and emotional energy they demand. Every item you own requires a tiny bit of your attention, whether it's to clean it, organize it, or simply think about it. It might be a beautiful heirloom, a souvenir from a wonderful trip, or a gift from a dear friend. But if it's sitting unused, out of sight, or just adding to a feeling of overwhelm, it's not truly serving you. It's taking up precious space, not just physical space, but space in your mind and spirit. The thought of decluttering a whole house can feel incredibly daunting, can't it? It's like trying to climb a mountain when you've only planned for a stroll. So, the key here is to start small. Don't aim to conquer the entire house in a weekend. Pick one small area, perhaps a single drawer, a shelf in the linen closet, or even just your bedside table. Just one small, manageable space. Take everything out. Look at each item. Ask yourself, does this truly bring me joy or serve a practical purpose right now? If it doesn't, consider letting it go. You might find it helpful to have 3 piles, one for items to keep, one for items to donate or give away, and one for items to discard. The act of making these decisions, even for just a few items, creates a ripple effect. You'll feel a sense of accomplishment, a little bit lighter, and that feeling will motivate you to tackle another small area. Imagine what it would feel like to open a cupboard and find only things you love and use, to walk into a room and feel a sense of calm instead of chaos. This isn't about minimalism for minimalism's sake. It's about creating an environment that supports your peace of mind and simplifies your daily life, making more room for living and less for managing stuff. It's about being prepared for the future too. If you ever consider downsizing, having less physical clutter makes that transition infinitely smoother and less stressful. Now, while we're on the subject of things that take up space, let's pivot to something a little less tangible but equally burdensome for many of us. Especially in today's world, unused digital clutter. I'm talking about all those online subscriptions you signed up for, the apps you downloaded and never use, and even the overflowing email inboxes that quietly demand your mental energy. We live in a world where it's incredibly easy to click subscribe or download. And before you know it, you're paying for services you don't use, receiving notifications for things you don't care about, and feeling overwhelmed by the sheer volume of digital noise. Each unused subscription is a recurring charge on your bank statement, a small leak in your financial bucket. Every forgotten app clutters your phone or tablet screen, a silent reminder of something you intended to do but never got around to. And that overflowing inbox, it can feel like an endless chore, stealing moments of your day and creating a subtle underlying hum of anxiety. The beautiful thing about digital clutter is that it often doesn't require physical effort to clear. Start by auditing your bank or credit card statements. Look for recurring charges. Do you recognize all of them? Are you actively using that streaming service, that fitness app subscription, or that online newspaper you signed up for? If not, take a few minutes to cancel them. It's often a straightforward process on their website, and the money you save can be put towards something you truly value. Next, take a look at your phone, tablet, or computer. Go through your apps. If you haven't opened an app in months, or if it doesn't serve a clear purpose or bring you joy, delete it. It's surprisingly liberating to clear up your digital space. Unsubscribe from newsletters you no longer read. Set aside 15 minutes to delete old, irrelevant emails. You don't need to reach inbox zero overnight. But even clearing out a few hundred old messages can make a difference. The benefits here are immediate: more money in your pocket, less digital distraction, a clearer mental space, and a sense of control over your digital life. It frees up your attention to focus on meaningful online interactions, like connecting with loved ones, or simply enjoying a quieter digital existence. Just as decluttering a physical space brings calm, so does decluttering your digital world. Now that we've talked about decluttering the visible and the digital, let's move into an area that can be far more draining, yet is often overlooked because it involves people and our sense of obligation: draining social obligations and commitments. As we get older, our time becomes even more precious, and how we spend it truly matters. Yet, many of us find ourselves saying yes to invitations, joining committees, or maintaining connections out of a sense of duty, habit, or guilt, rather than genuine desire. These are the gatherings that leave you feeling more depleted than energized, the volunteer roles that have become a heavy chore, or even the friendships that, while once vibrant, now feel one-sided or leave you feeling less than your best. It's not about being antisocial. It's about being discerning with your most valuable resource, your energy and your time. Every moment spent in an obligation that drains you is a moment taken away from something that could truly nourish your spirit. Whether that's quiet contemplation, a hobby you love, or quality time with people who genuinely uplift you. The process of decluttering social obligations requires courage and a gentle firmness, both with others and with yourself. Start by looking at your calendar and your list of regular commitments. For each one, ask yourself, does this truly bring me joy, energy, or a genuine sense of purpose right now? If the answer is a hesitant maybe or a definite no, then it's time to consider a change. This might mean politely declining an invitation, stepping down from a committee, or gently distancing yourself from relationships that are consistently draining. You don't owe anyone an elaborate explanation. A simple, "I won't be able to make it this time," or "I'm needing to pare down my commitments," is often sufficient. Remember, you have earned the right to prioritize your own well-being and happiness. By freeing yourself from these draining commitments, you create space for authentic connections and activities that truly light you up. Imagine having more time for those friends who genuinely make you laugh, for quiet afternoons with a book, or for pursuing a long-held passion. It's about reclaiming your energy and investing it in what truly matters to you, leading to a deeper sense of fulfillment and peace. Moving beyond our social schedules, let's delve into an even deeper, often heavier form of clutter: the baggage of negative memories and grudges. Over a lifetime, we all experience hurts, disappointments, and injustices. It's a part of life. But what we often don't realize is the immense burden we carry when we cling to these past grievances, replaying them in our minds, harboring resentment, or refusing to forgive. A grudge isn't a weapon against the person who hurt you. It's a poison you drink hoping the other person gets sick. These unresolved emotions, these lingering resentments, don't just affect our emotional well-being. They can impact our physical health, our sleep, and our ability to fully experience joy in the present moment. They steal our mental peace and keep us chained to the past, preventing us from moving forward with a lighter heart. The space these negative memories occupy in our minds is vast and consuming, leaving little room for gratitude, compassion, or new, positive experiences. Releasing negative memories and grudges isn't about condoning past actions or pretending they didn't hurt. It's about making a conscious choice to free yourself from their grip. It's a gift you give to yourself. This process can be challenging, but it is profoundly liberating. One powerful step is to acknowledge the feelings without judgment. It's okay to feel anger or sadness about what happened. Allow yourself to feel it, and then consciously decide to let it go. Sometimes, writing down your feelings in a journal can be incredibly cathartic. A way of getting them out of your head and onto the page. You can even symbolically burn or shred the paper afterward. As a ritual of release, forgiveness, particularly of ourselves for past mistakes, is another key component. We are all imperfect beings, and holding on to self-blame only serves to weigh us down. Consider that forgiveness is not about forgetting, but about letting go of the hope that the past could have been any different. It means giving up the power that person or situation still holds over your emotional life. Imagine the profound lightness of spirit, the expansive sense of peace that comes from shedding these heavy emotional chains. It creates a vast open space within you, ready to be filled with contentment and genuine happiness. This is a powerful act of self-love, and it truly allows you to live more fully in the beautiful present. And finally, let's talk about perhaps the most subtle, yet incredibly pervasive, form of clutter that many of us carry: outdated self-perceptions and limiting beliefs. These are the stories we've told ourselves, or perhaps absorbed from others, about who we are, what we're capable of, and what's possible for us in this stage of life. It's the quiet voice that says, "I'm too old to learn something new," or "I've never been good at that," or "People like me don't do things like that." These beliefs were often formed many years ago, perhaps when you were a child, or during challenging times, and they might no longer be true or serve your current aspirations. They act like invisible barriers, preventing you from exploring new hobbies, making new friends, embarking on adventures, or simply embracing the full spectrum of possibilities that are still available to you. Just like a dusty old photo album, these outdated beliefs keep you tethered to a past version of yourself, hindering your ability to grow, adapt, and truly flourish in the present moment. The incredible thing about decluttering these limiting beliefs is that it opens up a whole new world of possibilities. It's about challenging the narrative you've been living by and consciously choosing a new one. Start by identifying these beliefs. When you feel a pang of doubt or resistance towards trying something new, listen to the thought behind it. Is it a fear of failure? A belief that you're not capable once you identify it? Gently question its validity. Is it truly true? Or is it just an old story? Look for evidence to the contrary. Have you learned new things before? Have you overcome challenges? Remind yourself of your resilience and your capacity for growth. Seek out new experiences, even small ones, that contradict these beliefs. Try a new recipe, learn a few phrases in a new language, take an online class, or simply walk a different route to the shops. Surround yourself with people who uplift and encourage you, who see your potential rather than your limitations. Imagine shaking off the heavy cloak of "I can't" and stepping into the lightness of "I can." Or at least I can try. This process allows you to redefine what aging means to you, not as a period of decline, but as a time of continued growth, learning, and exciting new experiences. It's about opening your mind to possibilities you might never have considered before. And now, for our final piece of clutter to address, one that subtly drains our energy and sense of peace, often without us fully realizing it, the weight of unfinished projects and deferred dreams. Think about it. That half-knitted scarf tucked away in a basket. The home repair job that's been on the list for years. The novel you started writing but never finished. Or that trip you always dreamed of taking someday. These aren't just physical items or abstract thoughts. They are lingering commitments. Mental bookmarks that constantly remind you of something incomplete. They create a low hum of guilt or a nagging feeling of inadequacy in the back of your mind. Each one, no matter how small, contributes to a sense of mental clutter, preventing you from fully focusing on the present or joyfully embracing new opportunities. It's like having dozens of open tabs in your mind, each one consuming a little bit of your mental energy, making it harder to feel truly relaxed and free. The good news is that decluttering unfinished projects and deferred dreams isn't about suddenly finishing everything or making every dream come true. It's about making a conscious decision about each one. Grab a pen and paper and make a list of every unfinished project that comes to mind, big or small. For each item, ask yourself 3 simple questions. Do I want to finish this? Can I delegate it or get help with it? Or can I simply let it go entirely? Be brutally honest with yourself. If you truly don't have the desire, time, or energy to finish something, give yourself permission to release it. Donate the half-finished craft project. Discard the old notes for a book you'll never write. Or hire someone to do that lingering repair. The relief you feel from simply deciding and letting go is immense. For deferred dreams, the approach is similar. Is that dream still calling to you? If so, take one tiny, actionable step towards it. Just one. If the dream no longer holds the same appeal, or if circumstances genuinely prevent it, then release the guilt associated with it. Give yourself permission to let that dream evolve, or to simply let it go. Creating space for new, more relevant aspirations. This act of conscious completion or conscious release is profoundly liberating. It clears out that mental backlog, reduces the should messages in your head, and frees up your mental and emotional energy for new, fulfilling endeavors. Imagine the surge of energy you'll feel when you're no longer carrying the weight of these unfinished tasks, the peace of mind knowing you've addressed them. And here's the surprise I mentioned earlier sometimes. When you declutter an unfinished project or a deferred dream, you don't just create empty space. You create a void that often gets filled with something even more wonderful and unexpected. Letting go of the old story of what you should have done creates room for a completely new, exciting chapter to begin. Perhaps clearing out that old craft project makes way for a new, unexpected passion. Or releasing the guilt of a deferred trip suddenly opens up the possibility for a completely different kind of adventure closer to home that you never considered. Decluttering these things isn't just about getting rid of stuff. It's about making space for your future self, for new possibilities, and for experiences you haven't even dreamed of yet. It's about giving yourself the gift of a clean slate, a fresh start, and the freedom to embrace life's unfolding journey with lightness and joy. Remember, this journey of decluttering is not about perfection or deprivation. It's about intentionally creating space in your life, physical space, digital space, emotional space, and mental space for what truly matters most to you in this rich and vibrant chapter. We've talked about shedding the weight of excess physical possessions, freeing ourselves from the subtle drain of unused digital subscriptions, reclaiming our energy by saying a gentle no to draining social obligations, finding peace by releasing old grudges and negative memories, breaking free from the limits of outdated self-perceptions, and finally, clearing the mental landscape of unfinished projects and deferred dreams. Each step you take, no matter how small, moves you closer to a life that feels lighter, more purposeful, and wonderfully free. Small changes truly can make a big difference to your happiness and sense of well-being. It's a continuous process, a gentle unfolding, not a one-time event. You don't have to do it all at once. Just choose one thing, one area, to start with, and let the positive momentum carry you forward. I would absolutely love to hear from you. Which of these areas resonated most with you? What's one thing you're feeling ready to declutter in your own life right now? Please share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your insights could inspire someone else on their journey. If this video helped you feel a little lighter, a little more hopeful, and inspired you to take a step towards a freer life, please give it a thumbs up. And for more ways to live your best life at every age, subscribe to the channel and join our community. We're here to support each other as we navigate this amazing time of life. Remember, every item you release, every outdated thought you shed, makes room for more joy, more peace, and more of the vibrant life you truly deserve. Live your best life at every age.